I'm Ron Kessler. I'm Chief Washington Correspondent of Newsmax, and we're here for Newsmax TV with the former Vice President Dick Cheney. It's a real honor to be with you. Thank you for joining us.
Well, it's nice to be asked.
Turning to 9/11 and the anniversary of the attack, there's been tremendous change in the infrastructure as a result of the Bush and Cheney policies. What are still the vulnerabilities? What still makes you fear another attack?
I still worry more than anything else, really, about the possibility of a group of terrorists acquiring really deadly capabilities. I mean, when we got hit on 9/11, there were 19 guys armed with airline tickets and box cutters. Next time around, I worry they may have a nuclear device or a biological agent of some kind, and would be in a position to inflict far greater damage and loss of life than anything we experienced on 9/11. I think that's still a very real threat. I think we need to be concerned about it. I think we need to have policies and procedures in place that minimize that threat.
You know, despite all the changes, despite all the precautions, it seems so easy to bring in something like that and unleash it, radiological, chemical. Is that the way you see it?
The nature of the technology is such that, you know, we used to think about that kind of capability only being available to a nation state with a big government and warlike tendencies. The Soviets during the Cold War, for example. That's no longer the case. And technology is, when you think about it, so widely available to so many different kinds of people that you have to be concerned that the proliferation, if you will, of that kind of capability is a very real threat. And it's not as though you can accept a situation in which you stop 99 out of 100 attacks. You got to stop them all. You got to beat them every time, and that's hard to guarantee. But it establishes a standard that means you got to commit more resources, more personnel, if you're going to be successful. Once you recognize that the cost of failure, the nature of the threat, how many lives might be lost if in fact they're able at some point to launch a major biological agent inside the United States.
What do you think about the people who are demonstrating against you, saying that you did torture, and very liberal Democrats as well as some very conservative Republicans who have not gone along with the war on terror? They don't like the Patriot Act. They don't like the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. They're trying to undercut the tools that the FBI needs to stop the next attack. What do you think? What do you think about what's going through their minds, or and how much of that is because of misinformation in the press versus just an ideological bent?
Well, I'm not surprised that there are people who disagree with what we did. That's it's the nature of the business. I think there's I worry to some extent that we get into the situation where we get too many Americans, a large number, who have not just in terms of protest, that's not what I'm talking about, but who fall into the trap of thinking that what we've done wasn't necessary, that there was never going to be another attack anyway. This notion that somehow we overreacted. I don't believe that for a minute. But the danger of headed down that path, and more people begin to think that, they become less and less tolerant of the policies, searches and before you get on an airliner, for example, than would otherwise be the case. The danger there, of course, is that the threat is still out there, and you need to be able to keep in place those measures that have provided safety for the last 7 or 8 years. That has not, I don't think we're to the point yet where that's happened. Something like the 10th anniversary is a reminder for everybody of what 9/11 cost us and how enormously painful it was for us as a nation, to go through that, but also a reminder that the threat's still there. We've still got people who want to do us harm, and we can't turn our backs on it or say, gee, that's kind of a nasty business, or it's too tough. We shouldn't be doing that. You know, we weren't the ones that generated the attack. These are people who mean us harm, mean us ill, and they demonstrated it very conclusively on more than one occasion.
As underscored by this latest threat about the possible attack over the weekend,
Right.
that we have to still be vigilant.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much. I'm Ron Kessler for Newsmax TV, and we're very grateful for the former Vice President Dick Cheney for sharing his thoughts and for your service.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you.